I spent 4 years mewing. Here is exactly what I learned. Most people think mewing is some cringe crazy trend, but in reality, your tongue is the foundation of your entire face, and no matter how good looking your parents are, how good your genetics are, you would never reach your genetic potential if your tongue wasn't on the roof of your mouth. Your tongue supports the maxilla, which is the facial beauty bone, the bone that determines how every other bone within your face grows. If your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, your maxilla will rotate counterclockwise, your face will shift upwards and forwards, your nose will become straight, your jaw will shift forwards, your eyes will have more support, and you will be deemed as more attractive. Not because it's all superficial looks, because when you're mewing, you have better posture, you have a wider palate, you're able to filter air more effectively, and as a result, you're able to live longer. Remember, we are animals biologically hardwired to pick the healthiest mate. Health is looks. So here is 4 years of mewing experience condensed into a short YouTube video. This is gold dust. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Oscar Patel. I transformed from this to this. I aligned my asymmetry, I straightened my nose, I shifted my jaw upwards and forwards, I fixed my overbite, fixed my sleep apnea, improved my chronic asthma, and changed my entire health and looks from the inside out. And my credentials aren't just mewing for 4 years. I've also interned at various myofunctional institutes, worked directly with professors, and I even have the largest health-based paid community in the entire world right now, where we have transformed thousands of people. I've also posted 2 YouTube videos and am working on a scientific study with the founder of Mewing himself, Dr. Mike Mew, but that's enough waffle. Let's get into point 1. There'll be 4 points, and the final one is very saucy and something that I've never mentioned before, so stay tuned. The first lesson to learn with mewing is that your tongue can change your entire face. It seems obvious that this is the case, because otherwise why would anyone perform mewing or have correct tongue posture? But it's foundational that you know this so you can have full conviction when you're doing it, because for many, your mind may be the biggest limiting factor. If you perform mewing, if you listen to this YouTube video with the aim of disproving, of proving that this doesn't work so that you can feel better about yourself and blame genetics, then you will obviously never see the results because you never wanted to in the first place. Your tongue can apply 600 grams of force. It takes less than 20 grams of continuous force to shift a tooth, and that is just a representation of the amount of force your tongue can apply. So if your tongue was genuinely glued to the roof of your mouth consistently, I guarantee you your entire face would transform. And this moves swimmingly into the second point, and this is something that no one talks about. Your tongue may be the driver, it may be the most important part of this entire equation, but it needs a catalyst. The modern lifestyle has destroyed and cooked all of us. We have terrible body posture, we sit 24/7, our muscles are underactivated, our fascia is constricted, our palates are narrow, and therefore, even though you may have your tongue on the roof of your mouth while you're listening to me right now, it isn't changing your face because you have all of these external factors that were never meant to exist. Our ancestors had 50mm palates. Your tongue is meant to be able to fit on the roof of your mouth, but I guarantee for 95% of you, your tongue is too wide for your palate. Not to mention, even if your tongue isn't too wide for your palate, you likely have a tongue tie, restricting the amount of force your tongue can apply upwards and forwards. You may have terrible body posture, you may have anterior pelvic tilt, you may have scoliosis, you may have loads of these issues, which therefore impacts the way that your neck supports your head. And if your neck is like this, how can you possibly have your tongue on the roof of your mouth in this position? You can't. You can only have it on the front of your mouth, but in reality, your tongue needs to be glued to the entirety of the hard palate, which I'll explain exactly how to do at the end of this video. So it's fundamental to realize that your tongue is the driver, but not the catalyst. You need to perform other actions. You need to have a specific routine where you know exactly what to do to target your deficiencies, to improve your weaknesses, so your face can shift upwards and forwards at any age. Obviously, the younger you are, the more malleable everything is, but this doesn't mean that age is a limiting factor. It only means that you need to do things more effectively in a smarter manner and with a specific routine. If you loosen the fascia, if you open up the sutures, if you perform techniques like thumb pulling, if you align your body posture, if you activate the muscles, which themselves will generate osteoblasts, which will develop new bone matrix, your skull will be able to decompress more efficiently, your tongue will be able to mold your face, and slowly you will become the person you were always meant to be. But you need to perform these external techniques and you need to nail it. And I have loads of videos explaining this, and if you want even more, if you want to personalized plan. If you want to know exactly what to do and you want to take action, you are more than welcome to join the community. The link is in the description. We have the largest health-based paid community in the world. It has all the information in one place. You can speak with me directly, masterclass calls, routines, everything of that nature. But now we're moving into the proper source of this video, something that I've barely ever talked about. And this is the role of your tongue, not only to improve your face, but to change your entire body. Your tongue is one of the key points of the fascia. You have your tongue, you have your feet, and you have your hands. These are the three key points. Your fascia is a layer of connective tissue which spirals throughout your entire body. If this fascia is constricted, not only will you not be able to move as efficiently, you'll be slower, you'll be weaker, but your posture will become worse, and you will also build muscle less easily. And if your tongue isn't on the roof of your mouth, this literally signals to your entire body for your fascia to become constricted. And this may sound nuts, this may sound crazy, but let me explain. Your tongue provides a neurological signal to the proprioceptive feedback loop. If these feedback loops and other mechanisms fall out of whack, then this will cascade throughout your entire body. And this is why you'll see a massive overlap with athletes and well-developed bone structures. And obviously this isn't a perfect comparison. You can definitely find exceptions, but if you look at athletes and you look at normal people and you look at the development of their bone structures and their tongue while they're not doing anything, while they're walking, while they're resting, I guarantee there is a higher proportion of athletes with their tongue on the roofs of their mouths. So keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth, because this, along with other key points like the anterior tibial tendon, the tendon on the top of your foot, and if one isn't functioning properly, your entire body doesn't. Now I want to take a quick break before the final point to explain how to suction mew properly and make sure it's very clear for people. I'll put a video up on the screen. What I want you to do is say the letter T. From there, I want you to smile as wide as possible, and then I want you to swallow your spit, and then I want you to perform a swallow while smiling. Your tongue will get suctioned to the roof of your mouth, and from here, I want you to continuously keep swallowing until your tongue is glued to the roof of your mouth. I want you to set 6+ alarms, a bare minimum of 6 alarms throughout the day on your phone, saying tongue posture or mewing, to remind yourself to do this throughout the entire day. For many of you, you will have had 20+ years of bad habits, and you can't just undo all of this in one day, even though your body secretly wants to adapt. You need to take control of your mind first. You need to be conscious of this, and you need to make an active effort in order to rewire things. And this starts with doing this consistently throughout the entire day. And a little side note, obviously your tongue needs to be suctioned to the roof of your mouth, not just for 2 hours, but for the entire day. You shouldn't be pushing, you should have it suctioned. And in order to do this properly, you also need to mew while you sleep. If you want to do this, here's the quick guide. I want you to sleep on your side with a pillow in between your legs while wearing zygo tape to mimic the muscular tension you would have if your tongue had always been on the roof of your mouth. From there, I want you to perform the suction mew just before you go to bed, and this will allow your tongue to stay against the roof of your mouth for as long as possible. It will also encourage nasal breathing, which will further reinforce the cycle, increase nitric oxide uptake, and a load of other good stuff. Remember, this is health, not just superficial looks. This will change your entire life. And with this, let's get into the final point, and this is something I've never talked about, the importance of breathing with regard to tongue posture. Something I learned far too late in the process, and this is a mistake I don't want you to make. If your breathing is shallow, which nearly everyone's is because we live a stressful life, your posture will become worse, your body will tighten, you will stay in the sympathetic nervous system, which will further harden your sutures, and it will prevent mewing from working effectively. I'm going to give you an option. I want you to perform one of these 2 breathing techniques, ideally every single day, but you can do it at least 3+ times a week. You have an option between Buteyko breathing and vortex breathing. Both of these are super foundational. They will help open up the sutures, they will help release the fascia. It will really depend on the person which is more effective, and this is the importance of being able to join the community so you can speak with me directly. But I would try them both, pick between the one that works best for you. This is also really useful to perform before you do things like thumb pulling, which is a catalyst, as I mentioned earlier, to further speed things up. But most importantly, and to round off this video, other than subscribing, because by the way, if you've watched this long, not only should you join the community, but at least give me a subscribe button, because we've got massive things coming when we hit 400,000 subscribers. But the final key tip is to perform back breathing. I want you to breathe not up through your nose to your head, but backwards into your back. This will allow the thoracic fascia to glide, the cervical fascia to release, the cranial base to decompress, and therefore with all of these mechanisms, your tongue will be encouraged to stay on the roof of your mouth. What you're going to do is imagine breathing backwards into your back rather than upwards into your head. It's a very subtle difference, and you need to be conscious of it to perform it properly. But imagine Breathing literally backwards, your posture will improve and you should be able to feel it. And if you need more help, I'll write a brief description within the comments, but it's foundational that you do this throughout the entire day. So those are the 4 key lessons I learned from 4 years of mewing. It is the best decision I ever made, and I want all of you to perform this, not just to listen to this video, but to genuinely take action. And if you need more help, you're more than welcome to join the community. Have an amazing day. You're all legends, and I'll see you in the next one.